This is my home. Rand is my company.
Finn Jones recently hinted that he's open to coming back as Danny Rand in the MCU, but for it to work, Marvel's going to need to make some big changes from his time on Iron Fist. His return is a bit of a surprise, especially since the original Iron Fist seasons didn't exactly win fans over. But we've seen the MCU turn things around before. Take Jane Foster, for example, who went from a pretty basic love interest to a fully fleshed out character in Thor: Love and Thunder. A similar glow-up could be possible for Finn Jones' version of Iron Fist, though Marvel will have to address some of the character's major flaws. A lot of the problems weren't really Finn's fault, so a better project could definitely help fix things. Still, Marvel will have a tough time convincing audiences to give the character another shot, so they'll need to tackle these issues head-on. In an interview with the Nerd Shepherd, Finn Jones shared that he's in a good place professionally and would like to continue growing with the character. He's teased a possible return in the MCU, though nothing's been confirmed yet. There are a few MCU projects that could include Iron Fist in the future. Here's what he had to say. "I think there's a lot of room for growth with that character that I've always liked to see, and I think I'm in a place professionally where I would like to continue to grow with that character." One of the biggest things Marvel needs to fix for Iron Fist's return is the pace of his fight scenes. As a martial artist, Iron Fist should have some of the most exciting and fluid fight sequences in the MCU, but unfortunately, the original Iron Fist show struggled with that. Fights were often slow and lacked the intensity needed to keep viewers hooked. It felt like you were always reminded that you were just watching actors go through the motions, which never made the action feel as real or engaging as it should have been. To fix this, Marvel has a great track record of delivering awesome martial arts choreography. Shang-Chi is the perfect example of this, especially with that incredible bus fight scene. Echo also did a great job with fast-paced, grounded fights that didn't rely too heavily on VFX or superpowers. For Iron Fist's return, Marvel should adopt similar choreography, something smooth, dynamic, and grounded, so that Danny Rand's battles actually feel like high-stakes martial arts action. Another big issue with the Iron Fist show was that Danny Rand was the central character. While he's meant to be a superhero, he falls into some classic superhero cliches, like being a billionaire orphan, but without the unique identity that makes other characters, like Batman or Iron Man, stand out. This problem was made worse by the show not diving into some of the more interesting aspects of Danny's comic book backstory, which left his character feeling a little flat. A great way the MCU could fix this would be by not making Iron Fist the main focus. Finn Jones himself even teased a potential team-up between Iron Fist and Luke Cage in the comics, which would be a perfect way to rework the character. If Luke Cage isn't coming back, Iron Fist could easily team up with other street-level heroes like Daredevil or Spider-Man. Another possibility could be Iron Fist appearing in Shang-Chi 2, which could work really well. With Shang-Chi having such a strong emotional core, Danny Rand wouldn't need to carry the storyline on his own, allowing his character to shine in a team-up role. Even if Marvel decides to pair Danny Rand with another hero, they still need to make him a more interesting and well-rounded character. A BBC article pointed out a major flaw with the original portrayal, quoting an Iron Fist fan who asked, "How can you make 2 seasons of a TV show about a character whose origin involves ripping the heart out of a dragon and not actually show him ripping the heart out of a dragon?" This missed opportunity to explore Iron Fist's exciting backstory, along with a lack of depth in his personality, left the character feeling flat and underwhelming. The MCU could fix this by giving more focus to Danny's backstory, kinda like how Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 dove deeper into Rocket Raccoon's history. Of course, Rocket had more depth to start with, but showing more of Danny's past would help make him more compelling. Alternatively, even if Danny still feels a bit one-dimensional, the MCU can ensure he has a significant role in whatever story he's part of. Giving him a crucial part to play in the narrative could make up for some of the character's shortcomings. Part of the backlash against Iron Fist and its lead character Danny Rand stemmed from the controversy around casting. Many viewers felt that Danny should have been portrayed by an Asian American actor, which became especially evident in a scene from the first season where Danny tries to teach Kung Fu to Colleen Wing in her own dojo. This moment seemed to reinforce the white savior trope, which made the complaints feel even more valid. Marvel doesn't necessarily have to change any of Danny's core traits if they don't want to, but they could address this issue by having other characters in the MCU call him out on his behavior. For example, Colleen or Shang-Chi could confront Danny about his patronizing attitude and force him to rethink how he interacts with others. This would not only allow Danny to grow as a character, but also acknowledge and address some of the criticisms that were levied at the original show. It'd be a smart way to both evolve the character and deal with some of the more problematic aspects of his portrayal. Aside from being somewhat patronizing, Danny Rand was also pretty dull. A lot of his lines felt like either exposition or just him spouting out proverbs from his time in Kunlun, which only made him feel more one-dimensional and hard to connect with emotionally. To make him more engaging, Marvel really needs to step up his dialogue. The MCU has a great track record when it comes to using dialogue to shape characters. Just look at Iron Man's snarky one-liners or Captain America's heartfelt speeches. Both are memorable and help develop their personalities. Iron Fist could benefit from this by giving Danny some more memorable lines, even if they're in line with his cheesy nature from the original show. Marvel could lean into his love for proverbs and make it a running joke that both the characters and the audience find amusing. Having other characters tease him about it could not only add some humor, but also help poke fun at his past portrayal, making it feel more self-aware. This could turn Danny from a boring, preachy character into someone more fun and relatable. One of the biggest missed opportunities with Iron Fist was the lack of a compelling villain. Neither season gave Danny Rand a memorable adversary, partly because the show didn't do much with Davos, aka Steel Serpent, and also because Iron Fist's rogues gallery isn't as deep as other heroes. While some of his more interesting foes, like Sabretooth or Bushmaster, belong to other Marvel heroes, that didn't leave much to work with for the show. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Now don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. Also, let us know what you think. Do you think the MCU can fix Iron Fist's past issues and make him a more compelling character? Share your thoughts in the comments.